What's up, it's your boy Math here, and today we're going to try to do the Cuphead Pacifist achievement, level 1. So you got to beat all the run and gun missions without killing anything except things that are pink. You can parry stuff, that's okay, but you can't kill any of the enemies. So that means weapons are irrelevant. And so what I decided to do was use the DLC charm, the Divine Relic, which bestows power, quote unquote. It gives you multiple charms at once. So the Divine Relic has the benefits of Smoke Bomb, Whetstone, and Heart Ring, as well as it charges your super meter faster than the coffee charm. So it's like it gives you the effects of like 3 or 4 different charms at once, which is great for trying to do something like the Pacifist achievement. You're going to see right there I use the invincibility special to get past the mini-boss, and that's kind of common for some of these fights. It's not required for all of them, but for some of them, you definitely need that. Now, that first level was not very hard. No shit, right? They get harder. Now, the second level's not quite as hard, but they're all pretty hard. Especially levels like 4, 5, and 6 are kind of tough. Level 6 isn't that bad. Levels 4 and 5 are hard. So coming back to Pacifist now, I figured, fuck, I got the Divine Relic. Might as well use it to get this Pacifist achievement that I didn't even know was in the game until like 5 minutes ago. I didn't even know that you could do the run and gun levels without shooting and that you could get an achievement for it. I had no idea that this was even a thing. So I was like, oh, cool, let's do that. That sounds like a fun challenge. And it actually is not too bad. And now we can move on to Treetop Trouble. This one is not so bad. You do have to store up invincibility for the end to get by the boss. So you'll see me kind of bait out a couple of pink parries. You kind of learn a little bit about these levels when you do them without shooting anything. For example, these bugs that are flying around in this phase, they do not fly up. They only fly diagonally down or down. Essentially, they will essentially only fly diagonally down. They never fly up, so they don't try to come at you specifically. You can stress less about them because you can avoid them, since you know that they can only travel down. But yeah, so I've already taken a few hits here. It doesn't look like a great run, but the rest of this fight is actually pretty easy once you have the special stored up. See right there, I messed up. But now you can just special right behind the boss, and that's the end of the level. So, it's kind of silly, but that will count towards the Pacifist. So you can see I ended up with 0 HP at the end. I don't know how you beat a level with 0 HP, but I did it. So that's level 2. We move on to level 3, which is Fun Fair Fever, I think. So Fun Fair Fever, you want to get a little bit of parry points on the pink balloons, and you can see I'm kind of trying to bait out some of the pink balloons to get some more parry points. And I kind of stand around at this phase a little bit too long. I should just move on. And you'll see, and so then I just kind of decide like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to move on. You'll see later on at this next tent here where they're shooting the pink balls at these targets. This is where I want to try to get most of my parry points for special. So, and you need the special for this level. You definitely need the invincibility special to get by one of the mini bosses. So you can see I'm just waiting for the pink balls so I can parry them to build up my special. You don't need to stress out too much around this part. And once we're fully charged, it'll be pretty easy to get past the robots on the column there, because you can just dash right through them. Now you can see I got full special, so I've got no fear. I'm just gonna dash right through everything. Now you've got the bell there, that's okay. You gotta be careful. That part's kind of tricky. Now, right here, I don't even know what it is. It looks like a duck shooting game or something. I thought it was a cigarette vending machine when I first saw it. I was like, is that a vending machine filled with cigarettes? I don't know why, but that's what I thought it was. I guess I didn't look at it enough. Now, this part's just so stressful because you gotta dodge all the condiments, you gotta dodge the pretzels, and I'm just getting hit after hit after hit, and I'm like, oh man, am I gonna be able to do this? It's so nerve-wracking. And then you get all the way to the end, and I'm like, how am I gonna get by this guy? How am I gonna get by this guy? I don't have special. How am I gonna get by this guy? Go! Go! Oh! We could just jump right over him. Whew! Whew! Oh, that one was so nerve-wracking at the end. But another win with 0 HP. Okay, they gave me an HP bonus there. I don't know why. They gave me 1 HP, but that was another 0 HP win. Pacifist, level 3, done. Fun, Fair, Fever. Next one. So we're halfway through the achievement already, just 3 more levels to go. Fun House Frazzle is next, and this I think is the hardest one, if not the second hardest. This is quite difficult. You can duck the first duck, which is interesting. I didn't know that, but now I know that. Now you can duck the duck, you can parry off the pink, and then you can switch sides. What makes this difficult is this part right here. In order to get through this without attacking, you have to dash through his mouth when he opens his mouth. Boom, right there. And actually, if you do it perfectly, you can do it without taking any damage. It's quite difficult, and I've played this level over and over. A very small percentage of the runs where I'm able to actually get through that mouth without taking damage. But it doesn't really matter, because the rest of this level is so chaotic anyway, you're going to have to practice it. Now, the best part for getting the best way to get by these tubas is to just dash over them. And here I hit the card and then dash. That's another thing that you're going to want to do is, now here I'm kind of waiting because I don't feel like I'm in a good spot. What I want to do is I want to hit the card and then dash above him. So you got to be careful there. Watch the cone. Okay, now we're going to go back up on the ceiling, and now we got another one of these walls. So you know what the strategy is, right? Well, at this point, this should be the end of the level. So my strategy at this point is to wait and save up my special, so then I can just invincibility through his mouth. I don't even think it's really necessary, because I probably could just dash right through. Oh, no, didn't let me dash. See? So it didn't let me dash there. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to wait for my invincibility, and then as soon as he opens up his mouth, I'll just run right through with invincibility. Go! And then that's the end of that, right? So that one's tricky. That one's definitely tricky. One of the harder stages to do this challenge on. Moving right along, level 5, Rugged Ridge. This, just watch this. I mean, this one is a crazy run. It is very, very, very difficult to get through this without taking damage. And even right there, I took some damage there. I took a hit there. You don't need to take a hit there. You can get by that if you're perfect about it. This guy's very tricky too. You have to stand right on his toe in order to get by him. So watch. Toe, jump, ooh, right there. And I didn't take damage. That's a hard one to get by without taking a hit. Now, the platforming part here, this is where you can get a little bit of your health back with some parries. You can parry the pink flames to get some health back. You don't want to be too greedy, And you also want to make sure you don't accidentally whack either of these mud golems or the dragons. If you can, because you can accidentally parry the dragon, for example, or the mud golem, and it will kill it, and then you won't get credit for the run. So now this part is also really annoying. The wall that spits the black oil. I don't know what it is, but it spits the oil. The only way to get by this is you have to jump and attack you have to parry on his face, and then it'll launch you above the wall when he's high enough. So it's very difficult. Here you can see you can dodge that wind stone perfectly if you time it right. Now you can see here I just take another hit, and I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. I got 1 HP. Can I do this? I'm saving up my special. I've got invincibility for this last phase. But this last phase is actually the easiest part of the whole run, I think, because there's not a lot of stuff to dodge. You just have to platform correctly. And then also, if you've got your special fully charged, even though I've only got 1 HP, I've still got invincibility in case something goes wrong. So if I feel like I'm going to miss a jump, or if I'm going to get hit by one of these flames or something, if I feel like something's not quite right, I can hit the invincibility at the last second, and that'll save me. But I don't even need it. You see, like, I can do platforming. Platforming is no problem. And that's the end right there. So the hardest part is the rest of the level. Getting through the rest of the level, especially the walls. Those pink-faced walls are just a nightmare to get past without taking some hits. But you can see I got a 0 HP bonus there, so that one is done with 0 HP. Pacifist. Moving on to the final level, which is Perilous Piers. This one's not that hard, actually. I didn't think this one was very hard at all. You can actually just smoke dash through lots of this stuff without even batting an eye, almost. Now, with the crabs here, I think it's best to just stay on top of the crabs. We're not racing through this. We just want, and there's a nice opportunity for a parry. We're not racing through this necessarily. We're just trying to get through with taking as little damage as possible and not killing anything. So the big lobster, you can jump over him, and actually he comes back. You can jump over him again, and when you're in front of him like this, he'll shoot a lightning bolt at you. It's easy to dodge. When he submerges, he actually submerges for a few seconds, and then he'll pop back up. So this is your window to get by him. Now, I didn't time it quite perfectly, but if you time it perfect, you can actually dash to the other side of whatever that monster is, and then you can jump over. But I dashed a little bit too quickly, and so I ended up in the water, but it doesn't matter. It's the only hit I've taken the whole run so far. And now this is the final stretch where you're riding the octopus to freedom. Now, you can parry the pink shrimp that come flying up, and that's okay. You can do that, and you can see like you can get some double parries, and it's pretty good. But I still end up taking a couple of hits of damage here. It's kind of a tough part of the phase to dodge everything. Lots of stuff is flying at you, and you got to worry about that crocodile spitting water bubbles at you. And that's actually the full achievement. You can see the achievement just popped up there. So that's Pacifist. Not too hard if you've got the Divine Relic. Not too hard. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.